my vlog for the afternoon. Good things, interesting things. I went to a picnic today. Well, sort of. It was a get together. See if anyone comes on. Started doing my fall decorating. As if you saw my community page. Got my party lights on the side of my porch. Should trigger every single liberal in the next 3 counties. I'm not done. I got some ideas for that. They just keep coming. The hilarious ideas. So ridiculous. That's just my creative side. Until you hear what I'm gonna do, I'll give you the secret. Should go sit on my side porch. Might end up giving y'all unless I turn the lights off to not blink. Well, it looks pretty nice out there. Anybody ready for the 29th? When is that? Yeah, the 29th. We'll see if anybody actually gets in here. I've only been on here for 2 minutes now. Hmm. Well, really happy with the progress that I'm making. I actually got out of the house today. I did do some outside cleanup, got out of the house, went to a get together with people who I still actually do consider friends. I got fresh sage, a whole bag full. So I might be able to put some in my store. I could make my own bundles with it. So there's a ton of it. And I can get more if I wanted. So her sage grows. Oh my god, it smells so good too. Her sage grows automatically every year. So, and she knows that I burn it a lot. She knows where I live. She's the one that gave me sage last year. So she's like, I just enjoy growing it. And I'm like, I enjoy using it. So, and I still have some left from last year. So I didn't use all my sage from last year either. So I will be able to put some for, could make some kits and stuff and put them together for my store. We'll see if anyone gets on here. Boy. But I wanted to tell you what had happened with when I went to this gathering. I was feeling really off. Really off. Um, Earlier today, had a little bit of an emotional release. For no reason. I don't know why. I just every once in a while I think about stuff. And I cry and I'm like, why? The pity stuff. But it wasn't even just that. It was good things, bad things, and relief, yet all the folks I had to leave in the past for definite good reasons. Um, had to happen. And then I get to the get together, and we decided to order at, we went and picked up our stuff. And of course I drove. I was the sober one. I had a drink. Um, so I drove because they all drink and stuff, and I'm cool with that. Whatever they want to do. Um, I'll be drinking on Tuesday night, I can tell you that. But I roll in, and I know most of the people that are there. Um, obviously, like they're like some of the only people I still talk to. But I have a whole fresh bag, garbage bag full of sage, so I can start bundling them, and I might put some of them in my store. I probably won't have a lot unless I can get more from her, but from the woman who invited me. Her name just happens to be Lisa too. But I roll in, and yeah, you are. Um, I roll into this get together because y'all know me. I don't go and do a whole lot. I've been working on my house and stuff and getting things squared away around here. It looks so good. Nova Nova, my fishy had babies. Um, I'm feeding my fish yesterday. I kid you. I'm feeding my fish that I have, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden I see this little fish. It's only like that big, going and getting food, and I'm like, "Where did you come from?" And it looks a lot like it's looks like it's a guppy. It looks like its mom. Apparently, I now know it's a female because she's fat as all get out, and it looks just like her. So I called the pet store, and I'm like, "What do I do?" Like, oh, good for her. She keeps her cat parts to herself. Yeah, well, I went out, not really, because I had to go out and get a breeder. So I went out and got a breeder, and I have a little fish in there, and I put the mama fish in the top because I think she's pregnant again. She's huge. And here's what I found out, like, if you don't have like tall grass or anything like that, and then you have to put the babies in another tank until they're big enough to be able to not be so aggressive with, because apparently there's guppies that eat their babies. I don't know. But and I already know two of my white fish disappeared. And they were about the same size as those guppies I have. And I'm like, where did those two white fish go? Well, they just disappeared. Well, there's a baby guppy in the tank. So I have it in the bottom part of the and I felt so bad because they're like, well, dude, she's fat. And I have to have the baby in the bottom feeder. And then if the guppy, I don't really even know how it works, man. Someone told me just to get tall grass. And a lot of times the eggs will fall down in there and they can hide in there. And then you can spoon the babies into the feeder part of it. Um, but yeah, I ended up with this little baby, just like the mom, but like just tiny. So I put it in the to keep it so that until it's bigger. Like I said, I had two of my other fish disappear. Like no bones, no nothing, just gone, gone. I'm like, well, they must. I named these fish after angels too. Michael is now apparently Michelle. So if you have a guppy fry, same thing. They are not known for their parental care. Also, like narcs. Yeah. No offense. I don't want to talk about them because this has nothing to do with them. But the narc parents, that came straight to my mind. Not known for their parental care. Um, I you guys will see it. I'll show it to you on one of my other videos, right along with all the stuff I've been doing downstairs. Um, some of y'all saw, but I've revamped. I finally got my... Yeah. Oh, goldfish eating snails? That's different. Well, those two guppies, I don't know, man. Like, those two are, the mom and dad are like bestest friends. Now I know why. I thought that there was no, hanky-panky going on in my house. Well, apparently there still was hanky-panky going on in my house. And there's a baby as a result. Anyway, my story today. I roll up to this, it was a party, picnic, get together, whatever you want to call it. A group of about, I don't know, 15, 20 of us. All people that I knew. And there was one gal that was there, um, that I considered to be very close with. I got along very well with her. She was an Aquarius. And I really liked her. And then I found out she broke in my house and stole from me. This happened to me so many times. And, well, I didn't talk to her for a good year and a half, 2 years. So I roll up and I walk over and I roll up. I walk over. Well, I try to walk over. My friend Blaze comes over and picks me up and spins me around and hugs me, and he's like, "Where have you been, my whole, it's been a while." I'm like, "Yeah, happy belated birthday, asshole." He's a Virgo, by the way. And I love Blaze very much. But I sat there and talked to him and pretty much just acted like she wasn't there. Nobody could tell, like, they probably just thought we didn't know each other. Because I acted like I didn't know who it was. Even though I knew exactly who it was. She knew exactly who I was. I didn't say nothing to her. She came over and started talking to me, though, and apologized. And was very upset for the longest time that I cut her off. And that, because it happened more than once. And we squashed our beef. Do I want to be her friend? Do I trust her? No. Can I be cordial and decent in public? Yes. Wasn't my house. She wasn't in my house. She wasn't in, and I don't have a problem with her personally. Whatever, as long as you're not stealing from me. Water under the bridge. Forgiveness for myself. And I'm sure she felt better getting that beef squashed too. So, and it wasn't even no voices raised or nothing. I kept my composure. I was cool. That's the power of indifference. I don't have no problem with nobody. And I meant it when I said that. Yeah, at the time I was very, very, very mad. Like, if I would have saw her, I would have whipped her ass. But I like when after this happened. This has been a good, like 2.5 years since I saw this gal. It's been a while. So, um, she told me she also started going through a spiritual awakening. And so we'll see how, hers is compared. I personally didn't give her my cell phone number. And yeah. Like, I think she gets on my Facebook sometimes, or my YouTube. She says she watches my YouTube sometimes. I don't know. I've had a lot of people screw me over, though. So, it's one of those things, like I said, whoever has not had my back in the last 2 to 3 years, they can all get bent. That's how I feel. I have nothing against them. Just don't ask me for shit. Equal reciprocation, you know? Here's the real kicker. Where my friend lives, who hosted, because she hosts a lot. I kid you not. Is like a football field away from my ex. My one ex. Um, and someone had said to me, or she had actually said to me, she's like, don't you feel weird being here? I'm like, these are all my friends. Why would I feel weird being here? No, I don't feel weird being here. A matter of fact, I don't give a fuck. She said, I'll tell you what, if that'd be me, I'd be tempted to. She's like, you're not only like even tempted to drive up by. I'm like, no. When I leave, I turn right. I don't turn left, I turn right. I care less what is going on down there. I don't care. I hope he's living a happy life. And that's where we have to get. Just because someone did some shitty things, a lot of shitty things, doesn't mean that we have to hate people forever. Yeah, we can be disgusted and we can be upset, but we're not entitled to hate forever. Don't forget what they did and don't let them back in, but you don't have to hate somebody. That's the difference between healing. The longer you stay bitter, the more that's going to be more and more deeper rooted, and the harder it's going to get rid of. It is to get rid of. Yeah, I know some people have done horrendous things. Here's the thing. We all played a part in our own abuse because we allowed it. And many of us are hard on ourselves as it is. Many of us, when not only are we upset with the person, most of us are more upset with ourselves that we allowed it for so doggone long. The saying, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe it. I'm always one that gives second chances. I always give I get it. People mess up. People make mistakes. But if they make it consecutive, then it becomes a pattern and then it's a problem. And then you can't stay in it so long. You need to really be focused on what you want and what you expect out of people. And you need to be that first yourself. And then you let people know what you expect from them. And if they can't uphold that, then you got to let them go and say bye. Right? Like, we can't be expecting. It's what a divine person does anyway. People don't want to change. You cannot make them change. There ain't no amount of love you can give somebody to make them change. There ain't no amount of money that you can give somebody to make them change. There ain't no amount of persuasion or manipulation to get somebody to change if they don't truly want to change. And we have to get that through our heads. Look, y'all can do love spells and you guys can all do all this stuff. First off, I wouldn't recommend doing any spells, period. You know, words are spells, but I'm talking about like getting snail balls and, you know, whale sperm and all, you know, and doing some for potion. I'm exaggerating. To make someone fall in love with you. Come on. That's desperate. That's absolute desperation. Stop it. If somebody doesn't love you for you, that's not your problem. That's their problem. Gotta let it go. And remember, actions do speak louder than words, and they better line up. Right? Right. Who's all on here? I haven't saw anybody talking lately. Oh. I didn't see that you were on here, sis. Yep. Stacy, how come your stuff isn't coming on here? I have not saw anything you posted at all. Well, I'm seeing it now, but I had to go back through the thing and put live stream. I can see them now. Maybe it's because it was idle for a little bit. Well, that is... Look, there ain't nobody gonna love you, folks, as much as you can love yourself because God loves you. When you know you're taken care of by God, what other people think really don't, it doesn't matter. It does not hold weight. We tend to care so much what other people think. Exactly. When we should only be worried about who won what one things. Yeah, it's nice to have friends. Yeah, it's nice to have people who have your back. But when the going gets tough, that's when you see. Yeah, I have Instagram. I don't get on it much though, Nova. Honestly, I don't. That's one I don't. I just don't. I don't do Instagram. I have it though. Sometimes I'll post stuff. It's random. Um, this is one of the things that I really think that one of the reasons why God put me in this the tarot community, the spiritual community, is because obviously it had nothing to do with rebelling from my roots of who I love, because I've only ever promoted Jesus on my channel. I don't promote any other deity. You all know this. When it comes to who and where I get my gifts from. Which are second to none, by the way. uh, God says that. And if the gift comes from God, and you don't use them, you're in direct disobedience to God. And when God says step back, you need to obey and step back. That's why when you don't see me do stuff, it's because I hear I'm not to. Oh, okay. Well, you can share your art on my Instagram. I don't mind. Um, Hi, she said, like I said, people, since we were born, and even before that, the earth has been under a heavy, heavy, dense, dark energy. And it's been programmed. It's programming. Okay? Get a little bit in the esoteric. It's programming. You need to do this. I mean, from the time you're out of the hoo-ha. I mean, yeah, some of it is for survival instincts, obviously. You learn how to eat with a spoon. Some people eat with their hands still. Um, you learn how to bathe. You learn all the necessities to stay clean and healthy. Thank goodness that our parents at least taught us that, that part of it. Um, but when it comes to human relations and relating to other people, some people got it twisted. The whole golden rule, which I pretty much always looked at, well, if I treat other people kind and good, they're going to do the same. They're going to treat me the same way because that's fair. But that's not the life and the world I found that we live in. It's just not. And then, yet that's what we're taught. You be nice, you do this, you do that, you be kind, and that's what you'll get in return. You treat people with respect, you'll get respect in return. You, yep. If, you know, you do a good job, you'll be rewarded in kind because that's not the world we live in. It's supposed to be the world we live in. Some people have got dark forces that have been working through them. And many of us have been blind to it. Many of us have just assumed, oh well, this person don't like me. No, their spirit don't like you. Dream interpretation is actually a very cool gift. I have my book here. I haven't dreamed in the last few nights. Since I put that book here, I have not had really a dream that I remember or anything significant. So when I got this apology today, I'm so used to so many. Like I said, there's a lot of people who have done some stinky things to me, and when I tell you these things, I'm not kidding. That's like why when I anywhere I go, there's usually an apology coming because somebody somewhere is always fucked up or have done some really nasty, shady shit after I've treated them so good, given them a place to stay, given them advice for free, done things for people, helped them out as much as what I could. And then you still get shit on. So it's one of those things for me where it's like, the universe is like, you can only give so much more. Like, you're out of your resources to be able to. It's time to replenish your own resources and you do take care of you. Take care and do what's best for you. Like I said, it felt good to be not even a mile away from where that person lives and it not affect me. Like last year when I went there for Blaze's birthday, I was only a good 6 or 7 months out of that um, last entanglement. We'll use the Jada word. Well, my karma should be monetarily too. I'm just not getting shitty karma. Put it that way. I'm waiting for the good to still. I'm still being patient. My channel's still stuck. There's still things that are still a struggle. And yeah, the karma should be good that I get. Yes. You know, and when these people apologize, the offense is already forgotten. I don't hold it against her for what she did. It's in the past. Just, we're cool. I see you out. We can talk, but you're never welcome in my home ever again. And it's not that I dislike her. I just don't trust her anymore. There's a difference between trusting somebody and making them a part of your home or allowing them in your house. When you can't do that. You can't. People have proven who they. It's okay to be cordial in public. We have to have public relations with people. We don't have to trust them again, but we can be cordial. I mean, if I would have saw her right after that, I totally, and I think I even said it in the message. I'm like, you're lucky. I don't, you better hope I don't see you. Because I'll whoop your ass from here. And this was a long time ago. This was back in like 2018, 2018. So it was a while ago. I think it was sometime in 2018. It was a while ago. Yes, and that's where I'm at. I do what's best for myself. Y'all, my Halloween display is going to be so lit and on fire this year. Yes, it is. And I will take a picture. I'll put it on my community page. I already started it. It should trigger everybody. You want to see? Do you want to see what I got so far? I didn't even bring up my no. No, I don't do Halloween. I only like to decorate for it. I only like to decorate for it. Thus far. I wish I had a flag of China that I could sit right on there. I'm not done. Uh-uh. I have scarecrows. And or some for kind of dude. Some for kind of pumpkin things. Well, here, I can show you the baby guppy now. Hey, where's the light at? What happened to my light? What's going on here? Oh my. Hang on, guys. Stuff with my tank undone. There we go. Look. I don't know where this little fella came from. But look. Yeah. I have a baby. And the mother, I don't know if the mom's having, she's still fat. And she's pissed to be in there too. She does not like being in there. She wants to be out there with her boyfriend. Yep. Apparently they're married because right there's the offspring. And I know hubby over here is a little bit upset too about all of it. Look at her. She's freaking out like she wants out. Where are you at? Oh, she's at this. Look. She's like freaking out. She's like, let me out of there. She's still fat. Hey, over here. Look. I don't know. I can keep the baby in there. I don't know if I should let her out or not and just get some tall grass or whatever. That way when they have babies and I can catch them. Look at that little baby. The baby guppy. I saw it in there and I'm like, where did you come from? Oh no. I'm going to have one that has its eyes closed, sniffing a baby's head. And I'm going to have Trump as a scarecrow that has a pumpkin head. Since they call him Orange Man. And I'm going to wrap up my mailbox and call it the ballot box. Yep, I'm going to wrap up my mailbox, call it the ballot box. Because of the mail-in ballot thing. Yeah, I got some ideas. And then I have all kinds of little scarecrows. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to make plastic masks. And some of them will be wearing plastic masks. And the other ones, they'll be holding Trump signs. I got some work to do here in the next few. I'm going to try and get, that's kind of my plan. Like I said, it should, that's going to be my Halloween decorations for this year. Oh my God. I know, isn't it great? Isn't it funny? Ain't nobody thought of this. This is the kind of creative stuff that I love getting. And like I said, I wish I could find a China flag that I could put on the scarecrow Joe Biden sniffing a baby's head, sleeping. Trump, yeah, the orange pumpkin head. I'm going to put a Make America Great Again hat on him. Oh, and Biden, yeah, the Biden one, I have to have a mask that says across it, I have hairy legs. So I got plans for my Halloween decorations for outside. That nobody has thought of, so. Oh, yeah. That's terrible, I know. Well, no, he had said that. That was one of his quotes. I have hairy legs. That was one of Joe Biden said that when he was talking to, when he said about um poor kids are as good as white kids. I think it was something like that. Oh yeah. Biden talks about his hairy legs. It was in that song, Joe, 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 you gotta go, go, go. And no, YouTube, this isn't a political post. This is just to be funny. Joe Biden, hairy legs. Here we go.
Hey, my family is my wife, my daughter, my eldest son, my middle son, and our youngest.
And of course, there has to be a ad. Oh yeah.
Dad, that's all you have, is your family. Nothing stronger than family bond.
I could make a controversy and say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Could make up a T-shirt and put it on him, on that scarecrow, and say it, that says that. That'd be pretty controversial.
First African American state senator in the state of Delaware. Everything about. And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Came straight from the man's mouth. I used to like the way the kids would come and rub my legs in the pool. It's like, where the fuck did that come from, dude? Like, where did that come from? But yes, that was to prove to you, Stacy, he has talked about his hairy legs. Like I said, my Halloween decorations are going to be lit. I should have done this a while ago. It's just I've been doing other things, like getting my office completely cleaned up. Projects out the wazoo. I know. That was back. That was a few months ago we said that. Ouch. Got my hammock hung. My office is all cleaned up. Working on taxes this week. Like I'm supposed to be doing the last 3 years. Working on... hung up my hangers. That way I can hang my purses in my office and my computer carriers that I have. Oh, I know. They got something up their sleeve. I know. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't even know if they want her in. I think something will happen to her, too. That's why we have to... and I have people I just talked to today that are voting for Biden. They just think Trump is awful. To each their own. I'm not going to stand there and argue. Whatever. They can. That's their choice. And she had said to me, she said, "Well, I'm pretty sure you're still a Trump fan." I said, "Yep." Not really a fan. I'm a libertarian. I said, I with the shit that I'm seeing. And she's like, "Well, I've done the research and I've done, whatever, dude. So have I. I don't just take articles. I've done the research. A lot of it. Not to mention I listen to my higher self. I listen to my higher self. I know who God likes." And the corruption and stuff has got to stop. So I'm glad it's exposed. It is heart-wrenching. But I've been saying for a while, people are going to expose who they are. People are going to expose themselves. People that you'd never expect to expose themselves, they'll expose themselves. Like I said, you can't make somebody love you. You can't make... I know. I like Joe. That Joe. The J-O, not J-O-E. I like her. However, I'm not voting for her. Wish I could. Or until this two-party system is done. I trust Trump way more than I trust Biden and the Illuminati company. His vice presidential pick for me, and the way he has picked his Supreme Court justices. Guess what? He gets in another 4 years, and she will get confirmed, by the way. Trump does that. He has a great proven track record. And I am a libertarian. Like I said, I'm hoping that the system does get restructured as far as for third parties. Because the two-party system has been horrible. The Electoral College is terrible too. I'm not going to disagree with the Democrats on that. However, they loved the Electoral College up until Trump won. They loved it. Now all of a sudden they want to change it because I remember elections where there were Republicans who had more, who won the popular vote, but they lost. So don't be going there and telling me all this bullshit about, oh, well, we won the Electoral College, la 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 la, and that's what matters, and it's true, it is. So now when it doesn't suit your agenda, and then you're going to get pissed off. Oh, now we need to change it. Double speak. They're good at that. But I don't want to talk about politics. I just wanted to show you the start of my display of my scarecrows going to the ballot box. Some of them will be wearing masks and others will not. I'll wear little... If I could find a bunch of little Trump... I'm going to try and make Trump things. Yeah, you can go on a rabbit trail big time with this. And I've done enough rabbit trailing. Yes, I know. And it's... I love you too, Nova Nova. You take care as well. Well, all these stories are relevant and life lessons that I've had to learn on my own. Usually other people can concur because either they're going through it, they've gone through it, going through it now, or they will. disappointment just comes with a part of life, and it's how you handle it. Which I don't always handle it the best. But it's how you handle it when you're tested is what, well, sometimes I don't feel so strong, but thank you. I'm Aries strong. I have to be. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice in the matter. So I'm glad I am. I'm getting better every day, and that's why like relationships for me at this point are kind of pointless. As far as like, yeah, I would like. I don't want a superficial partner. Call me selfish. I don't. I want somebody who I have to sit there and kiss their ass to make sure that they're feeling okay. Nobody should have to do that for me, and I shouldn't have to do that for somebody else. I shouldn't have to guess where I stand with somebody. I shouldn't have to kiss somebody's ass to be with me. No. Did Jesus kiss anybody's ass to be his disciples? No. Did Jesus have to kiss people's ass to come and hang out with him? No. Did Jesus get offended when people chose not to? No. Jesus wasn't going to infringe on someone's free will. Jesus understood the whole concept of free will way better, I think, than most of us. We want to force people because we put expectations on people that we really that can't hold up to our expectations because we see things through our own filter. And when you start seeing things through God, the filter that God's giving you, you realize you can't control anybody but you. You can't control your reactions. Or you can't control other people's actions, but you can control your own reactions. Self-mastery and self-control have been a part of the human experience, and mastering that. A lot of people don't have a grip on that. Well, spirit, I look at it as Jesus is already here. He gave us the same Holy Spirit that lived inside him that made him the Son of God and made him the Christ. He left his spirit here for Christians and people who love Jesus to embody that spirit. That same spirit is already here. It's getting to a place of surrender and getting to a place of not blocking. Like I said, Jesus loved everybody, but he didn't like everybody. And that's where we have to do that. That's where what we're called. We're supposed to love our neighbor. But you gotta love yourself first. That's a commandment. Oh. Yeah, this is, no, wait. Yeah, is that is this the trumpets? Don't they blow like 10 trumpets? Isn't this like the 10th day after, um, yeah, okay. I knew something big happened last Friday with the Jewish holidays, and then I knew that, 10 days after there was another, um, if you guys have not been watching what's been actually happening all throughout the United States, and I had said this on another live feed. Yeah, that was Rosh Hashanah. Mm-hmm. That was Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before. Um, there has been a group of people going out to all of these places where there's like mad protesters and setting up and doing worship services in public. Yeah, well, you're not going to see this on the news. You'll find it on YouTube. It's called Let Us Worship. So they're going outside doing outside worship services. And they're talking about God. They're talking about Jesus. People are they're getting touched by God. People are getting healed during this whole thing. And I'm like, who are these people? His name's Sean Faught, F-A-U-G-H-T, Faught, something like that. I come to find out he comes out of the same ministry. I kid you not. Comes out of the same ministry that had laid their hands on me for impartation when God nailed me to the floor during that one conference, and I've been different ever since. And these are the same ones that are going out, praying, worshiping. Revival is breaking out in some of these areas. People are they have a baptismal that they filled up with water on the back of a truck. People were getting saved and baptized in the streets of Seattle, Chicago, Portland, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, down in Tampa. They did one in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Everywhere they go, the God's showing up. So if you have, this is the good things that are happening on the backside of these protests. But you're not going to hear about this. Look it up. Let us worship. So there's things that are happening in the spirit realm. God's bring. Well, good. I'm glad. I told you those oils they're God sent. Okay. Those oils are God sent. Well, those oils are for, I don't have any of that kind anymore. I have other ones. I have other ones that still have the same components in it. It's just they have other stuff in with them. Just as, pretty well just as, well, now that's pure potent. So, almost as potent. The other ones have more holy water and stuff like that in them. And like some of them have other oils, like more citrusy or lemon or something like that. It's for other things. but it still has the healing component in all of them. That one, though, was specifically, it was a little bit changed up because I couldn't replicate it. Little tiny bit changed up. Because I knew that it's not allowed to be replicated. But the I knew I was to make it. So God gave me the recipe of how to do it. And I did it. And I've had a lot of people that have had a lot of breakthrough because of them. So that have gotten them. And I still got to start my store. I got a bunch of sage downstairs, like I said, that I got to wrap in bundles. I got a whole fresh bag of sage. Oh my gosh, it smells so good too. I saw some from last year she gave me. She got so much sage out there, man. Well, we as people who have the Holy Spirit are supposed to be transformed into the image of Christ while on this earth. This doesn't mean transformed after we go to heaven or after we die. No, we're supposed to be transforming, and you do it right here by the renewing of your mind. Take on the mind of Christ. Hi Heidi, how are you doing? And that is one of the things that the universe has been showing me big time. It's right here. Your issues are here. Gee, thanks. Are you trying to tell me I'm crazy, God? Yeah, sometimes He made me that way. How's things out there in Oregon, dude? I was telling, if you go back earlier, I was telling everybody how, dude, I already started my Halloween decorating. It's going to be the best Halloween decorations ever. Scarecrows with masks. Good. So the air quality's getting better out there. Are the fires going out finally? Are they getting them under control? They're getting the fires and stuff under control? Well, I think they're all in Louisville now. They might have departed from Oregon for a while. Seems like Oregon or friggin' Seattle is like their home base or something. And then they just get bussed in from everywhere else. Okay, well, have you been getting any rain? Has it been raining? Well, one of the things I can say, good. Well, you can't get too much freaking rain or you're going to end up with mudslides and shit like that, and you don't need that. I've been praying that God gives you guys the correct amount of rain to put these fires out. Because I don't want to see mass flooding or mudslides and that kind of crap too. You guys need the right amount. So if you guys can be praying for Heidi, she lives near where all those fires were out in Oregon. She had to evacuate her home. Air quality was bad. She's still alive though. Alive and kicking. Like I said, my subscribers, I pray for you guys all the time. Heavily protected. So actually, like I said, I actually went. Okay, we'll chit chat. Probably not tonight. After I get off here, I'm gonna be done for the night. Because I was working on doing stuff again today. I did get a lot of stuff done over the weekend. And love you too. And I was cleaning up around my house, doing the undesirable stuff, the yucky stuff. But I knew that it needed done for a while, and it's starting to look a lot better. Love you too, brother-in-law. You guys be safe out there in Oklahoma. Heidi, I ran into somebody, and I found no ways, found no ways, found no ways. And it was funny because I had even said to Marcus, one of my buddies, when I went inside, and I said, "You do realize, like, me and her, that chick out there, like, yeah, we don't, she stole from me, and, yeah, oh yeah, very far the past. But this just happened today. She was at the same place I was with her boyfriend, whatever he is. And I feel no ways about him either because, well, long story. Don't need to get into all that. But, I went over, sat down, talked to Blaze, hung out. I just acted like she wasn't there. I didn't give her dirty looks. Wasn't making snide comments. I just didn't care. Because it was so long ago. Like I said, I don't like thieves. I don't like liars. I don't like that stuff. And the girl broke in my house and stole stuff from me. So, either way, the last message she got from me is don't ever talk to me again. And if I see you, I'm going to kick your ass from here to fucking back to Millersburg where it belongs. That was the last message. And then I ended up seeing her like 2 years down the line. Well, yeah, I was pretty mad back then. I got over it. And I really didn't care at this point. It's so long in the past. As long as I still don't trust her enough to be in my house. I can be cordial though. And I said to Marcus when I was there, I said, he's like, I would have never guessed that. He's like, I just figured you two didn't know each other. You weren't talking. I'm like, oh, I know her very well. I consider her a pretty cool person. And her and I would have coffee almost every morning. And I considered her a good friend. And then I found out she was stealing from me. So, and he's like, that's so cool that you could be cordial like that and be around somebody who's did you dirty and not talk. I'm like, what's the point of it? There's no point in starting drama here. And it's so long ago, who cares? Well, wouldn't you know, she came up and was talking to me then and apologized for what she did and explained she was in a bad spot, which I knew. Doesn't give somebody an excuse to take your things. It just don't. And yeah, I can be cordial. It was nice talking to her as a friend again. However, it was nice talking to her. Nice catching up. Would I let her in my house? No. Do I forgive her? Yes. Will I trust her? Mm-mm. Doesn't mean I hate her. Doesn't mean I dislike her as a person. She just lost my trust. That's it. Well, I might have coffee with her, not in my house. She'd get a hold of me and say, "Hey, meet me at Dunkin' Donuts. Let's go get coffee." I'd say, "Okay." You're buying though because you owe me. But she's not coming to my house. I think that's fair. Because we left things on a decent note. And it was good to get that off of my chest. And tell her, look, I don't give a shit how hard up you were. If you needed something, you didn't have to take it. All you had to do was ask. And if I said no, you should have been able to accept that. Well, I think she wants to make it whole again. But my trust is gone. When my trust is gone, it's gone. I'm that type of boundaries. It's what Saturn has been teaching me. Libra, fair and balanced. And she was pretty damn manipulative too. Yeah. Well, she couldn't make the situation whole again because she couldn't give me back my recompense for what she took. So how can you make it whole again? You can't. It is what it is. What she stole wasn't money. It was medication. Can't give that back. Then I had to go without my medication because she stole it. Like I said, I don't want these people in my house. It's been a long... I've had that happen for a couple people because I do get controlled substances. So I just don't tell anybody that I have it anymore. I don't leave people in my personal private space. Boundaries. Yep. And I have compassion for people who are that desperate. Because she was very sad she lost a good friend. She told me that. I'm like, you should have been. Because you're not going to find a person that was as forgiving as what I was that didn't come and snitch you out, first off. Yeah. That snitch you out, first off. I could have completely called the cops on her. I did see her one other time. I saw her when I was in paying a parking ticket. Go figure. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She told me she's been clean now for a year and a half or 2 years or something. And this happened like back in 2017, 2018. She's been clean for a while. So good for her if it's true. I've heard that come out of other people's mouths and then I find out hours later differently. Not my problem. Her business is her business. I don't care what she does. As long as she's not doing it around me or with me. And like I said, it felt good just to bury the hatchet and go about our separate ways, knowing if we run into each other, it doesn't have to be Rude. Because Lisa did ask if my friend that had us all over there. No, nobody knew about this stuff because I don't go on Facebook and sit there and bash people. People know what they do. And people, I will tell them through a text. I don't need to go and just blur out every trespass that somebody does. Now, if it's an ex and it has something to do with a topic that I'm talking about, well, I mean, and since like she hasn't been around. Like she didn't know anything about AJ. She didn't know anything about the last guy that I dated. She didn't know anything about any of those two. Even the last guy I dated was like not even really dating because it lasted a whole 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Ridiculous. That was like record timing. Get together, break up, done. He still got the phone. And I really like that guy too. That's the thing that sucked. I didn't like AJ as much as I liked that guy. I was very jaded after the Georgian AJ thing. Like when I got when those two, and that was I was less than a football field away from his house. Yeah, that one. I was like less than a football field away from his house. And I said to what's her face, I'm like, oh, because she had asked about the jailbird, and I said, oh, I'm like, he's been in jail. He got busted, like, because the last time she knew was before I was really doing YouTube, and before when I started seeing him, and that thing was going back and forth and up and down. So she had asked about him. I'm like, oh my God, that's been long over. I said, yeah, it's kind of lingered, but it's been long over. I said, I dated like 2 other people since, and it was a big nightmare. I said, the one lives right up the road. And she's like, and you don't feel weird being here? I'm like, no, these people are my friends. You don't own this road. Oh, wouldn't you feel weird if you drove? No, I could care less if you drove by. Hi. Not my problem. Well, you're not tempted to go up there and see? Fuck no, I don't care what he's doing. I don't stalk people. I don't care. Watch when I leave, you'll see me turn right out of the parking lot, not left. That's exactly what I did. I'm going to tell you, for a while though, like I didn't want to drive out that way. But hell, that's been how long, Heidi? It's been 1.5 years since I was with that motherfucker. So, it's been a long time since I was with him. That was a good call. That was me listening to my intuition on cheating hoes. I think he might still, I don't know. I don't know if he's still with the same chick or not. Maybe. I have no clue. Good luck to her. It has been a long time. It's been a real long time. So, like, why? I guess when people, people avoid. I'm no longer avoiding these people. If I run into them, then I do. Hi. No, I don't like you. No, I don't want to be with you. No, yes, I still think you're a shit person, but I'm not isolating myself anymore because I might run into somebody. Fuck that. I deserve to be out in public more than what they do. And I deserve to be around people more than they do. Like I said, I'm back. So, when I come on tomorrow, I'll take y'all down. I kind of went downstairs a little bit, showed the guppy, showed how I'm wow. When I get the side porch the rest of the way decorated and all my little scarecrows up with masks on, and it's gonna be hilarious. So I'll show you my hammock. I'll show you what I did in my office. I actually put up hanging hook boards for my computer stuff, like my bags, because I have certain bags that I used to use for work that are like duffel bags, like not the size that they're big. So I wanted hooks for them. Instead of them just being a hook in the wall, I actually put boards up that I painted. It looks really nice. So that was just something else that the universe gave me yesterday as I was doing this stuff with my ceiling, with my figuring out how to hang my hammock, which finally got done. And then of course after that I was painting, and I finally cut the plywood for my air conditioners, because the flaps on my air conditioner, I just had like cardboard in there instead of, now I finally actually painted the plywood. I also put up all new window curtains. I got new lights. Some of my lights are solar powered, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm going to do some decorating outside. I've been working outside. I got to get down and cut the grass down at Anna's. So, yeah, I'm extremely busy right now. And I also was offered a job if I wanted it. I'm like, you dude, like, you get hired tomorrow and I would be your boss. And I'm like, well, and it's my buddy. I'm like, do they piss test? Because I will fail. No. I'm like, good. So I'm looking at getting a job because I do need to make some money here. Immediate money. I'm not saying it's something that I want to do permanently. But beyond that, I need to stay busy and get this stuff done. And I feel better when I'm busier. Sitting around constantly in my head is a good thing sometimes, but it's been 3 years now. I get it. People are like, don't do anything now. Fuck that. I've been sitting while other people were doing things. It's time for your girl to start getting and doing what's best for me. People be like, oh, well, it's not the right planetary lineup. Don't care. If I get fired from that job, at least I made some money anyway. I still got my YouTube, and I'm still going to be working on my YouTube and stuff. Still got my business that I'm getting going. So this is just secondary. So, not to mention, the universe told me to step back from even doing anything really except for live streams. And I'm like, what's the point? I got to make money somehow. And no, I'm not selling my ass on Pornhub. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, even though Jesus loved the prostitutes. That's so terrible. Anyway, I'm not doing that. I gotta get it while it's good. So, I'll still be doing my YouTube. Whatever I'm called to do on YouTube. Spirit's revamping a lot of things for me. So, standing in my power. I took my power completely back. It's true. I took my power back from all these sons of bitches. So, because I gave it away, it was my own damn fault. I chose to put up with it. I chose to allow it. My bad. My bad. So, now, it's my turn. Yeah, I get it. I might not be as happy. Like I said, this isn't permanent. This is, Christmas is coming type of thing. And I got a lot, I got to dig myself out of the debt I'm in. So I have to do something. And YouTube hasn't helped me. Put it out there. I've not gotten hardly any help. I've made like $300 on YouTube. Big fucking whoop. So that ain't paying my bills. So I got to do something that will. And whatever happens, happens. You'll still see me around. I'll still come on. But until God releases me to do tarot again, I'm starting in the middle of starting a members page, so God told me to do that. I don't know. So things are up in the air. Like I said, I feel better when I'm busier. Like I said, and I did say something to Blaze, I'm like, I'm going to have like a book there, because whenever I'm working, if I get a download when I'm at work, I'm going to have to write it down. Because I very well could have a word for somebody on YouTube. Because I can multitask that way. I get the best downloads and the best ideas when I'm being creative, when I'm doing something. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. That is the truth. Well, I put this journal here, and I haven't got it, like, I've been dreaming, but nothing spectacular that I needed to write down ever since I put that here. It's like, yeah. I was more exhausted sitting here throwing pity parties for myself than when I was working. Enough. Like I said, I don't want to have to wear a fucking mask. That's one of the reasons why I've been waiting too, because I'm a nonconformist. I won't wear a mask. Sorry. I don't got COVID. Why would I wear a mask? I'm not sick. Seven Sisters. Seven Sisters is a star system. Might be in the Ryan. It's either in Ryan. Is that what it is? Was that the star system? Yeah, I'm hitting my bull. Is that the Ophiuchus one? Is that the Ophiuchus star system? Or is that Orion? Which star system is it? Ophiuchus, or is it Sirius, Orion, or Ophiuchus? I'm pretty... Seven Sisters, I'm pretty sure is a... I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of them too. I found out. I know which one I come from. Because of where my north node is actually a starseed placement. Because it goes by the North Node and the degree. And it's rare. That's why I'm so alone. See a Fucus star system that I come from. Really? Okay, was there a star system before that one? I don't know if it was my primary, but it is. And I don't know, like, I know I don't know if I should call my hospital and find out back in 2014 or 2013. Might have been 2013. That's when I had my NDE. I don't know if I should count when they brought me back as my new birth chart. I know that's what she did. Sun Soul Astrology did that. Because if that's the case, I'd be a Scorpio. Think. No, wait a minute. No, I'd be a Sag. Weird, that's where my North Node is. I'd be a Sag. Because it was right before Thanksgiving. I'd be a cusper. And I don't know, they had to bring me back 3 times till freaking soul decided to jump back in. I wouldn't have wanted to do whatever. That's what she did too, but I go by my regular natal birth chart, so I'd rather have any other birth chart than the one that I have. Like I said, I'd give it to anybody who I'd trade if I could. Do you know how much shit has been squaring for the past 15 fucking years for me? Since 2008. Thanks to Pluto. Can't wait till Pluto gets the heck out of Capricorn. Even though I'm supposed to get along with Pluto pretty well. I don't like Saturn either. Those two have been low vibing together. Like I said, they got some creepy plans up their sleeve. I don't know what they're doing, but they've been chit-chatting, low vibing. All I see is Jupiter going, oh God, I cannot wait to get away from these two. How many more months? Jupiter get to break away. Bye! Jupiter breaks away in Aquarius. Deuces, Saturn. Can't wait till I have my Jupiter return in Aries. Of course, I'll be almost fucking 50. I'll still have Chiron there. I'll have my full circle. Because Jupiter has to be in Aries for me to... Well, no, I can't, because I'll never see Saturn in Cancer. Maybe I will. Saturn's only in a thing for 3 years. I'll never see my chart come back around the way it should be. I don't think. I'll be fucking old as dirt by that time. Whatever. If I make it that long. Oh well, I'm just rambling now. I'm gonna get off here. It's been an hour and 35 minutes. I love you guys. Just wanted to tell you, indifference feels good with friends. Now there's a friend I even forgot that screwed me over. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere around here. Like, people have no clue this shit. Like, oh, I had please abuse me, and I'm a doormat, and I'll do anything for anybody. Like, but yeah, people didn't like fucking with me because they knew if I got mad enough, I'd hit them. Like, they knew not to cross the line, but they knew as long as they were nice to me, fake nice, that I would pretty much do anything for any of my friends that I considered a friend. It's funny because she had asked me about the other friend that I cut off here in town, that I cut off last year. She's like, "Are you still friends with her?" I'm like, "Fuck no. Told you. People screw me over. Done. It'll never be the same ever again." So that was my way of even letting her know. We're cool. But yeah, it'll never be the same. It's called frickin' respect. She showed me the utmost respect too. Like, it's called maturity. But kudos to her, and I wish, like I said, I even forgot all about that. Like, I didn't forget, like, I knew as soon as I saw her, I'm like, oh god. But it wasn't like something that bothered me, or ruminated about, or whatever. You know? But it was also one of those things where it was a good note that we will run into these people, and they know exactly what they did. Just be willing to accept the apology gracefully, and don't take it personal. They're programs. Survival mode. They just try and find a weak one. Well, when they figure out that the weak one isn't that fucking weak, you blow up. They don't mess with me after they push me to the point of. They do have a reputation not to take shit around here too. So she steered clear. And it was a good thing because I needed to let it simmer off and let it go away. Like I said, I didn't have a problem. I would walk up, sit there and talk to whoever like she wasn't even sitting there. I didn't talk to her, she talked to me. But like I said, never in my house again. None of these motherfuckers have my phone number. So, you can't get a hold of me on Facebook either. So, I appreciate the apology, though, in case she sees this, because she knows I have a YouTube. Like I said, I'll say whatever I want. She knows where she fucked up, and she apologized for it. So, actions speak louder than words. Like I said, she still owed me money, too. It was ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, I can get off here. I'm tired. I had a long day. I got up and I was back to sawing again. Yes, your girl was using a handsaw. Yes, I do. I know how to use all that stuff. Handsaw, screwdrivers, yes. Electric. Oh, one other thing. My sink is fixed in my bathroom finally again, too. So, yeah. Things are coming along quite nicely at the Sprankle house. Now that I'm not dealing with douchebags that I have allowed. That's partially my problem. Getting the things done that I need to get done for me. Self-care, self-love. It works. And I'll talk to y'all later. I got that Virgo reading sitting over there. By the way, the end of the thing is completion. So, yeah, whatever was being done, well, I'll go through it at one point. I'm probably not going to read. It's going to be quick because I'm going to have to do one for the Aries full moon. Because I'm only doing starseed and lightworker stuff on here. So, if you don't like that, sorry. Till God tells me to do the lower vibrational astrology, or, not astrology, lower vibrational zodiac signs, I'm going to stick to the lightworker starseed readings. And even them are pretty sporadic at this point, as you see. There is a completion, though. It's at the bottom of the deck. That's what's doing. We're completing karmic cycles. I know I've been saying this for a while. It's actually happening. We have Saturn direct tomorrow. It's the date. Yeah. Guess what? Guess what I just noticed? Tomorrow's the 28th. And guess what else I found out? Pluto goes direct October 4th. So the old Capricorn Brigade is going to be moving forward. I can feel the energy already, so. You can leave down in the comment box what you've been experiencing and feeling. Mercury is in shadow going retrograde, but after just dealing with 5 planets, what the fuck is that? Who cares? Big whoop. The bigger whoop is Mars retrograde. That's the bad one. So that's the scary one. So dot all your I's, cross all your T's a bunch of times before you hand shit in. That's kind of like one of the things where it's like, taxes done this week before Mercury completely goes retrograde. Then I'll double check it before I send it in. Anyway, I'm getting off here. I love you guys. Take care. Like I said, don't let the negativity pull you down. Remember, we're supposed to be transforming our minds. We don't have to like everybody, but we are required to love. So, and love doesn't mean, love can mean never talking to somebody again. Love comes from within here. You don't have to physically be around that person. Sort of like forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you, it's not for them. Love you. Have a good night. Bye.